what should the next documentary be about? I don't know if you've seen this meme floating around. Should it be the LeBron James Heat years, the Phil Jackson, Kobe Bryant, Shaq, Laker years, the Golden State Warrior years, or the Popovich, Duncan, Spurs years?
I would like to see the Phil with the Lakers because I want to see how, he dealt with Jordan and Pippen. I want to see how he got Kobe and Shaq to work together. I think Popovich is just like a fucking drill sergeant. He says one thing and everybody follows.
Yeah, I agree.
I would like to see that Lakers three-peat because they think they did a three-peat also.
Yeah, they did one three-peat. And then they tried to do a second, but they only won 2 out of 3.
So I would like to see that documentary, the Lakers one.
Yeah. What about you, Lee?
I would like to see the Lakers. That would probably be the one I would like to see. When they did. If I wouldn't want to see LeBron do, I would probably want to see Dwayne Wade because he also won with Shaq and LeBron. So I would like to see his 2 different things. Because he won with 2 different coaches too, Pat Riley and Spoelstra. Or even the Detroit Pistons. I would like to. I wouldn't mind a documentary on that team because they don't seem crazy. I would like to see Bill Laimbeer, how he acted.
They have one, bro. They have a 30 for 30 on the Bad Boys.
Yeah, I think I've seen
that's
it.
A good one too.
Yeah. Yeah, those will probably be the ones I would like to see. Will be probably the Lakers with Shaq, and then probably one like a Dwayne Wade or something like that.
Yeah, I think I agree. The Lakers would be the most interesting one, but I think what makes like this series was about the stuff that I didn't know about, the behind the scenes like stuff that was going on. So like when you think about Miami Heat and how I just would like to see how like that came about, how all of them like when they got Bosh, LeBron, and then they kept Wade obviously because you always heard the rumors, right, that it was Melo was supposed to be in the mix, or was the idea of like getting all the quote unquote Cabana boys together, was that ever in the mix in Miami? Like they were trying to get Chris Paul too or whatever. So I think that part would have been interesting. Oh yeah, they would have won like a few championships. But then the Warriors, that would have been interesting too, but that's not as interesting. And then I don't know, for some reason I think the Spurs one would just be boring. Like how they play. That's how they play, right? They're so good and old school that it's like kind of boring. But
yeah, too fundamental.
If I want to see a Spurs documentary, I'll just watch the Hoosiers movie.
What do you call it? I think we asked this question before, but at the end of the day, was this documentary about Michael Jordan or about the Bulls, in your opinion?
I think both.
It started off as a Bulls documentary, ended up being a Michael Jordan.
I think it's Michael Jordan. I think it's Michael Jordan, but I also learned about Pippen, the money part I didn't know. I also didn't know.
Look like a little bitch too.
That's what I'm saying. We know like he gave up on that last game. We also found out about Rodman, even though we knew Rodman was crazy, but we didn't know that he had to take like 2 days during the playoffs. Yeah. So we got to learn a little bit about probably those 2 players, Rodman, Pippen. Everyone else, I mean, Kurt, they put some light on it. You know what I got to learn a lot? Phil Jackson. Just like how he gave them their space and how he was able to make them come together, which is pretty interesting. And like even the inside practice, I think that was the one, I forgot which episode, I think it was this week, when Rodman left he was pissed off that Rodman went for the Monday Night Nitro, and then when they're all in the circle, he's pissed off at him, and you hear him. So learned a lot about Phil Jackson. That's what I learned. But yeah, it is a Michael Jordan documentary. But I mean, Michael Jordan could have just done it just him and not even shed light on the other people.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's more about Michael Jordan, but there were so many episodes centered on other people, but it was around Michael Jordan, like he was still in that episode. So, I have a question I just thought of right now. So, when you think about them breaking up, right? You think about Michael Jordan being a dick to his teammates, Scottie Pippen having his own issues with management and causing a lot of shit. Just focusing on the last year. Dennis Rodman being like this guy that would just leave and not stick around and wasn't really reliable. The general manager who had a chip on his shoulder, and then the owner of the team who had his own questionable actions. Who do you think out of all of those people was more to blame for the breakup at the end?
Well, I'll go with Jerry Krause because he said it from the beginning.
Yeah.
He's made it sound like it's not the players who win championship. He says management. And from the get-go, he was trying to be the man. Like, everybody was talking about Jordan and the Bulls, and they won't say nothing about the general managers. Like, dude, play your position, stay in the bag, do the trades that you got to do, forget about everything else. You really just let the players do what they get paid to do and win championships for your organization. So, for me, I think it made Jerry Krause. And it's fucked up because he passed away, so he can't really defend himself. You know what I'm saying? We can't get his 2 cents on this. Because imagine if he was alive, what another character this would have added to this documentary, like him talking, saying, I don't agree with Michael Jordan, this and that. Because he looked like he always wanted to be the last word on a conversation type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think it made Jerry Krause look like a dick. And it's just bad that he couldn't defend himself.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Like, Jerry Krause set the tone, but I keep on thinking about the owner who put him in there. Because especially when he knew that when the last season was coming, he had to step in and talk to Phil Jackson in order for him to sign for one more year. If he knew that the guy that was really causing a lot of problems, even though he set that whole team up, because Jerry Krause was the person who set them up, then the owner should have been like, listen, I'd rather get rid of the general manager and have you guys come back than continue to keep the general manager, because that's what Phil Jackson said. He said, I don't think it's fair to Jerry Krause after he told Phil Jackson, listen, I don't care if you win 82 games, you're not coming back. And then he fucking comes back because the owner said so. That would have caused more animosity, right? So the owner should have been like, listen, I'll sign you another year and I'll get rid of this guy. But he didn't do it. So I think it all starts from the top. I think he has all the power at the end of the day. He could have gotten rid of anybody he wanted to. So
true.
Yeah, I think Jerry Krause for me. Yeah, he fucked up with the whole mentioning of that season, and then they try to backtrack to try to get Phil to come back, but it was already too late. So, yeah, I think he had the Napoleon syndrome, that he wanted to be, I think, bigger than Michael Jordan and all that stuff, and try to have more balls in him. So that's the reason why he did all that shit. But yeah, definitely for me, it has to go to him.
All right. Cool. What do you call it? I have 2 more questions. Mm-hmm. Would you ever want to meet Jordan in real life?
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you would?
Yeah, it's Michael Jordan.
I think that guy would be a dick. He would be a fucking big dickhead.
Even if he's a dick, I would still like to meet him.
Yeah.
I would.
What about you, Al?
I'd like to meet him. I met Ewing and he was a big dick. So.
Yeah, Ewing's an asshole.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a fucking asshole. So, and I was one of his biggest fans, bro. So,
how'd that go down? You saw him where?
So the Walgreens here in Fort Lee, right? He used to live in Englewood Cliffs when he was playing for the Knicks. So I used to see him come all the time for prescriptions. And one time, Santi came to the store. A younger Santi asked him for an autograph. And he told Santi, nah, little man, I don't do that. I was like, what? Wait, little kid asked for an autograph and you go ahead and front it. Like, Santi was amazed that he saw Patrick Ewing. And then I was like, damn, that fucked my shit up. Fuck you, bro. Like,
what you gonna eat?
But I would like to meet Jordan, bro.
Shit. Yeah, you know what? When I was working at the CVS in Fort Lee, same shit happened. Not to me, but someone I know, and the exact same thing. They asked him for an autograph, and he's like, I don't do that.
Yeah. Fucking dick. So, yeah, man. Jordan with that. Jordan, and I wouldn't even ask for an autograph. I'll be like, yo, I just want to shake your hand. You're the motherfucking man, bro.
Yeah. That's funny, man. Yeah, I don't know. I think the way Jordan is, that motherfucker will probably be like, yo, get the fuck away from me, because he probably gets, like, if you think about it too, like, just to play devil's advocate, like, people like him especially, people go up to him probably all the time. They probably get tired of that shit. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so then he's also, he could be a dick too. Oh, man, probably rip you apart.
I would do it with cameras around. Like that, he can be a dick.
And the last question I have is just overall question. 1 out of 10, what would you give the documentary?
11.
11. All right.
Like I said before, I think it was the best sports documentary I think I've ever seen. So
I'll give it a 10.
All right.
I'll give it a 10.
Yeah, I'll give it a 10 also. I think it was pretty well done.
Very well done.
Yeah.
You think they'll do another one? Like maybe like a hidden episode that they may have?
I heard something about that recently, right? Didn't you hear that shit?
No,
that they're gonna do like. Yeah, I don't know what it's about, but yeah, I heard they're doing like a quote unquote sequel to it. I don't know if it's like a 1 episode, 1 documentary sequel to it, but yeah, maybe it's about his later years. I don't know.
That'll be good.
Yeah. Let's see how it goes.
So any other stuff? Any other thoughts or whatever before we wrap this bitch up? Al, you got any questions?
Nah, man. I think we said everything 1 through 10. All the episodes. We got into in-depth details. I just like the way they put Jordan always with a whiskey and a cigar. Like, this motherfucker couldn't look any cooler, man. All he had to do was wear a suit and he'll be James Bond or something, bro. Because this dude, I think I want to start smoking cigars now because of him, bro.
Just don't wear those big suits.
Yo, that motherfucker, he loves Cuban women. Did you notice that? I think his ex-wife is... Yeah, his ex-wife was half Cuban, and now his wife now is full Cuban.
Because he's in Florida.
His first wife was Dominican too, bro.
Oh, was she Dominican? Oh, I thought she was Cuban.
His second wife now, she's like a model, a Cubana.
Yeah, he met her like in a party or some shit. She was dancing there.
Yeah. And he goes, yeah, you know who I'm on, right? I'm MJ.
yeah, with a cigar. Look at my rings.
Yeah. So now, man, these are documentaries that could keep me watching and pick new stuff out of like what I didn't see, and that's what I enjoy. It's gonna go onto Netflix hopefully next year, so we will go from there, fellas.
Yeah. I think for the next podcast, the Undertaker documentary, I just gotta go see it. But that looks like a good idea. We could do just 1 episode of the whole series.
Yeah. We'll do one once it wraps up. I think Al said 5 episodes. So far, each episode's been based on a WrestleMania. I think starting 2017. But just make sure you guys get questions. Anyone else who has comments, thoughts, or whatever from The Last Dance, be sure to send it to us. Chuleta Bros. Yeah. Go ahead, Mel.
So I know I asked about those, what the next documentary should be with basketball, but in sports in general, is there like a story in sports that you wish they would do a documentary about, or a person or a team that they haven't?
Janina Martinez.
I want to see Jeter's story, bro.
That's a good one.
Derek G. I wanted to see someone who has struggle. Someone with a struggle, like the Nicky Jam shit. Like that motherfucker did so many things and he made it. So Like the Aaron Hernandez one was great.